The room smelled like polished wood and tension. The lawyer's voice trembled as he read the final lines. And to my son Tyler, I leave full ownership of Hartman & Sons Construction, all properties and remaining assets. Silent. Everyone turned toward me. Tyler leaned back, that smug grin spreading across his face like he'd been waiting his whole life for this. Guess Dad knew who the real son was, he muttered, just loud enough for me to hear. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. I need your help to run this journey, thank you. My throat tightened, but I didn't move. I just looked at the lawyer. Are you done reading? He nodded. I reached into my jacket, pulled out a small flash drive, and slid it across the table. Then it's time you play this, I said. That's when the color drained from Tyler's face. The lawyer hesitated. Mr. Hartman, what is this? Proof, I said quietly, that my father didn't write that will by choice. Tyler shot up. This is ridiculous, he's trying to. Sit down, I said calmly. My voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight. The lawyer looked between us, then inserted the drive into his laptop. I leaned back, heart pounding, as the screen flickered to life. The recording began, a blurry video of my father, weak and confused in his hospital bed, signing papers while Tyler stood beside him, whispering, "Just sign here, Dad, don't worry about the rest." Gasps filled the room. That's me, Prince Hartman. 30 years old, the forgotten son of a man who built an empire with his hands, then tore his family apart with his pride. For as long as I can remember, I was the extra piece, the reminder of my father's first marriage, the one he'd rather erase. When he remarried, everything changed. Tyler became the golden child. New wife, new family, new life. And I became a weekend obligation. I still remember the last dinner I had at their house. Dad sat at the head of the table, Tyler across from me, smirking. Prince, you ever think about working under your brother? Dad asked. Under him? Like I was the help. Tyler laughed. Yeah, maybe he could start with sweeping the shop floor. The table erupted in laughter, everyone except me. I looked down, gripping my fork until my knuckles turned white. That night, I stopped trying to earn a place at that table. Years passed. Then one afternoon, I got a call. Prince, it's Tyler, Dad's sick. The tone wasn't sorrow, it was opportunity. I took a deep breath. What hospital? When I walked into that room days later, Dad barely recognized me. His eyes flickered, unsure. Prince? Yeah, Dad, I whispered, it's me. He smiled faintly. You always were the quiet one. Late one night, as I left his room, I heard voices through the half-open door. Tyler, he doesn't need to know about the will. Stepmother, he'll fight it if he does. Just make sure Dad signs before he gets worse. My stomach dropped. I didn't barge in. I just backed away, quietly. That was the first time I thought about recording. I didn't have money, but I had brains. I bought a cheap nanny cam disguised as a photo frame and placed it on the side table in Dad's room. Every night it captured fragments, enough to paint a story. The way Tyler would flip pages, press Dad's hand onto the pen, whisper lies like, Prince said he doesn't care about the company. He was rewriting my father's last words before he was even gone. When Dad passed, Tyler called me 2 hours later. Just wanted you to know he's gone, the funeral Friday. His tone was flat. No emotion, no pause. Just facts. I drove 6 hours through the night. At the funeral, my stepmother didn't even look at me. Tyler shook my hand for the cameras, then whispered, try not to embarrass yourself. I smiled, don't worry, I'll save that for later. 2 weeks later, the letter arrived, a notice to attend the reading of the will. I almost didn't go. But something inside me said wait. I gathered the footage. Clipped it. Labeled it truth. Then I walked into that lawyer's office ready, calm, quiet, patient. As the lawyer paused the video, the silence was thick. Is that your father's voice? He asked. Tyler stammered, he was confused. The lawyer leaned closer, confused. He's saying, and I quote, "I don't understand what I'm signing. That's coercion, Mr. Tyler." Stepmother gasped. Her ringed hand trembled. And I just sat there, silent, watching their world crack. When I was 16, my mom told me something I never forgot. Don't fight for their approval, Prince. Let your character prove them wrong. She died believing I'd become more than their shadow. And now, sitting in that office, I felt her words burn in my chest. I wasn't fighting anymore. I was proving. Tyler slammed the table. This means nothing. You probably edited that video. The lawyer frowned. The metadata says otherwise. The timestamp matches your father's hospital stay. I turned my head slowly, meeting his eyes. Still want to call it nothing? He looked away. She reached for her pearls, voice trembling. We were just trying to protect him. He was tired, confused. He didn't know what he was saying. The lawyer folded his hands. Then why were you whispering about keeping the will a secret? Her face went pale. For the first time, Tyler didn't defend her. The lawyer leaned back. I'm going to pause this meeting and file an injunction. The will is under investigation. Tyler jumped up. You can't do that. Oh, I can, the lawyer said flatly. Coercion invalidates any legal document. Until proven otherwise, the previous will stands. My father's old will, the one where everything was split equally. I remembered my father once saying, "You'll thank me someday for making you strong." Maybe he was right, just not the way he meant. Because sitting there, watching his empire crumble under the truth, I realized strength isn't silence. It's choosing when to speak. Outside the office, Tyler cornered me. You think this makes you a hero? You'll regret this. I smiled faintly. Maybe, but you'll regret underestimating me first. He clenched his jaw and stormed off. I didn't chase him. The next moves were already in motion. 2 weeks later, the lawyer called. Prince, your father's company books don't add up. Someone been moving money. I didn't even flinch. Tyler. They traced the transfers, all into an account under his stepmother's maiden name. Justice had just begun. A month later, a local paper ran the story. Hartman and Sons under investigation for fraud. Tyler's photo was on the front page, face pale, eyes hollow. He called me that night. You leaked it. I didn't deny it. Everything you did was already public record. I just stopped hiding it. When the board of directors gathered, they voted unanimously to suspend Tyler pending investigation. Guess who they asked to step in temporarily? Me. I didn't celebrate. I just nodded. Let's clean this place up. Tyler showed up at my office days later. I lost everything because of you. I looked up from the desk. No, you lost everything because you thought I wouldn't fight back. He punched the desk. I didn't flinch. Get out, I said quietly. And he did. The final ruling came weeks later. The court reinstated the original will. Half of everything legally mine. I didn't touch the money. Not yet. Some victories are better left untouched for a while, just to feel the silence that follows. One night I drove past Dad's old house. The lights were off. Windows boarded. Tyler had sold everything to pay legal fees. His mother moved out of state. For the first time, that house, once filled with their laughter, stood quiet. I didn't smile. I just exhaled. People asked if I forgave them. Truth, I don't think about forgiveness anymore. I think about peace. Because revenge doesn't always look like fire. Sometimes it's just walking away while the truth burns for you. Weeks later, the lawyer called again. Prince, your father left one more thing, a private video message we didn't notice before. My chest tightened. Play it. On screen, Dad's weak voice appeared. If you're seeing this, I hope you found your peace, son. I swallowed hard. Yeah, Dad, I whispered. I did. I stood on the company balcony at sunset, watching the skyline glow gold. Not rich, not broken, just whole. He cut me out of his will. But the truth wrote me back in. And that was enough.